Okay. And world without you is meant for me. Oh. Okay. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the show. We're doing well on this 27 June 2005. As you can tell, we just woke up, which feels phenomenal. We've been making some content until 9 o'clock. Today, I only have one thing to do, which is kind of something super cool, so I'm gonna make a video about that. But for now, there's like a couple of videos. I'm gonna make myself a drink, which is gonna be nice. And honestly, that's pretty much it. It's gonna be a cool day, but a boring day. I've been sleeping very little lately, so I don't know what's going on, but mostly, but possibly less. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, it's your brain. Welcome to controversial. Considering well, because I'm having a wonderful day on this. On this. Wait a second. How much batteries? How much storage do you have? Are we good or not? 23. Wagwan. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Oh. There you go. Don't blink, kiss your wing. Welcome to the show. Because I'm doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this. Um, 27 June 2005. This is the second try. We forgot to empty the storage before, so we're all good. We're making content. We're only making content until the battery dies, which is pretty good. Like I said, I have one thing to do today, so that's not bad. And yeah, love you guys. Take it easy. I'm gonna say peace, but no. You're going to watch the Ninja Corn. Let's get something to drink and eat. Wagwan. Do, do. She's not gay. Stalking. I'm gay. Salut, c'est toi Jamie, je pense, super journée. En ce 27 juillet 2025. Aujourd'hui, on a une journée assez spéciale. On a un événement assez spécial. Aujourd'hui, il y a un spécial chez Rossi, qui est une compagnie à la Chine. Il y en a plusieurs Rossi, mais moi je suis magasine à la Chine. Aujourd'hui, ils ont à chaque année, ils ont un 25% de rabais sur tout un magasin. On va aller magasiner, on va aller checker ça. On va se voir des bons deals. Mais plus que tout, on va voir qu'est-ce qu'ils ont à offrir. Linge. On va voir. J'ai aucune idée. Faudrait que je peux aller. La dernière fois que je suis allé, c'était pour la même fucking raison. Il y avait un méga spécial. Ça, c'est Crystallite Crunch aux fruits. Puis on va faire ce qu'on va faire pour la première fois. Depuis un bout, on va faire un shopping haul qui est la caméra, c'est dans la poche ici. Puis tu filmes. Puis tu filmes qu'est-ce que le magasin vend. Puis à quel prix, puis... Un coup, on va faire une vidéo, Shopping Hall Rossi 2025. Puis on va faire une Shopping Hall Rossi 2026. Ça doit être incroyable. Mais comment ça? Don't blink is your boy Ink. Welcome to our show. You guys are doing well because they're having a wonderful 27 June 5. Sorry, I just woke up and I'm famished, so They were of course talking about the tower. See, with the tower I didn't exercise today. So usually when I do a tower talk, it's because there's an update, there's an advancement, there's something that happened that make me think, oh my god, this is the breakthrough, right? Fruit punch is light. Really good. My favorite, but still really good. And yeah. So usually when I talk about the tower, there's a breakthrough or there's something that happened that is kind of crazy. I gotta upload clips also. I'm behind schedule because I took I took a bath for 45 minutes. That wasn't planned. We missed some of the sunrise. It's all filmed there, but still. So yeah. So like I was saying, this is a special one because for the first time, there's not really a advancement, but so much as hope. Yes, there's a lot of hope, and a lot of hope is what? Well, a lot of hope is the fact that we truly checked out the lab, and again, it's a bit special because with the crown, since I'm a bit later in the game, I don't have to worry about it as much, right? So for the crown, right now for the lab, it's more so about what should I call it? It's more so about completing what I haven't finished, collecting gold boxes. To be honest, right now we have so many elite cell. I'm gonna tell you how much I have, but I'm not really using them because what I like to do is I like to keep them, and I use them once, but I use them for reals. So for example, here we have 4,000, which is not a lot. So we'll do 840. No, you see, that's not enough for 3 times speed. I need 26 more. So to me, it's just a cool way, but at the same time, it is such a tricky thing because if I see that a lab is really good and really helpful, I'll do it in crown, right? That's the goal. I love sausage. Mm-mm. But it's a champion. And then I can use the shield and switch it to test. Now, there's something a bit weird. And the fact that shield has so many options. Like, for example, wall health, orbs, wall health, orbs, landmine damage, landmine range. It's kind of insane. This is gonna happen. However, what's gonna happen with this word is when I'm done with the attack, I'm so sorry. There's a couple I didn't talk about. Let's talk about this. Please take our time, right? Oh, breakfast is done. It was delicious. You don't really need a lot of food for breakfast. Just enough to start your day to function properly. Then for dinner, you have to work. You have to eat a little bit more. For the supper, a little bit more. Like I was saying, for the shield, there's a lot of possibility. Again, what I said, but just a couple of one that could be fantastic. For example, the black hole and the death ray. Imagine if I could take the death ray and do like almost like a whole circle. How crazy would that be? I would kill most of the enemies, and then the defense out of it would be completely useless, right? So for defense, there's a lot of, because technically speaking, if I'm being completely honest, we work a little bit in the perks. We worked a little bit in the perks. We worked a little bit in we worked a little bit in the perks. We worked a little bit in and attack and defense, and we worked. Oh no! What did I do? Oh, I'm dumb. Please. Okay, good. Perfect. Then I fucked it up. I thought because I just deleted some files. There you go. I think they're posting. I hope they're posting, please. Good. I think they're posting. So, I cannot work a lot, huh? I cannot focus on more than one thing at once. So, imagine what I could do with shield. However, sword, there's not a lot I can take about. If I'm being completely honest, what we did is we did a little bit of the appropriate thing. So, shield, defense for shield, and attack for sword. Okay, that's one. The second one, we did what? We did the ultimate weapon a little bit. We did what? What else? We did the perks, and that is pretty much it. That's pretty much all we've done. Now, it's not a big deal if it doesn't work, but this is gonna be. See, with the sword. The sword is so straightforward. For example, most of the ultimate weapon are going to be using that. I feel like the sword I'm going to have to cheat. And I'm going to have to do like a landmine damage and landmine radius. I'm going to have to cheat. I have to buy a ultimate weapon. For example, Poison Swamp. They're all reliant on strength. So with the sword, I'm realizing that most, if not all of my ultimate weapons are going to be much stronger than the shield. The shield, there's so much more strategy, you know? And what is not really sad, what's kind of crazy is the sword being so similar. If the crown had to be similar to one of the playthrough, it would be similar to sword, not to shield. So the fact that we have a lot less option with sword means we had a lot less option with crown. Right? Which means that the only real change in the game is shield, right? But then, even then, the concept was flawed. Who would do just this word? who would do just a shield, right? It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. Why is it weird? Well, because you want to have the most complete gameplay possible, right? You don't buy a game just to play one chapter. You play a game. You buy a game to play everything. So that's complex. And for the Sword, I'm a bit worried because the Sword, we've been playing this for a year and a year, a little bit more than a year. But Sword has always been the strongest until about 3 months ago. And then Sword and Shield became the strongest. And since then, Sword has been having a hard time keeping up. Not because it's not good, but because it's so simple. I feel like a glass cannon is just a cannon, and then I feel like it's a defense, and we have to put in some special traps and put in some. I always think about Attack on Titans. I just put some spike for the Titans. There's a lot of things. However, the shield, and this is so cool because the shield takes a lot more to be more complex. It takes a lot more to just be the perfect gameplay. And the Sword is super easy. However, what you're doing is so much more worth it. For example, you guys realize that most, if not, well, 2 of my 4 bots are completely useless with a shield. But then 4 of my bots are good with the Sword. So ultimately speaking, the Sword is taking more advantage of the shield, of the bots. Now, there's also some things that are crazy cool. With the shield being so poor in range, it could be in occasion I didn't upgrade range at all, because the original plan was to have the knock them back out of the field, and then the orbs was gonna do something. The orbs are really good, don't get me wrong. At certain points, we didn't even touch card mastery, which is not true. We did the orbs and we did the some of the death ray for the shield, right? But we barely touched it, which is kind of crazy. When you think about it, there's so much like shield being that poor. I could upgrade the range and they would have almost as much range as the playthrough itself. You know, base value, base strength, raw power. It is Sword that's the winner. I'll be completely honest. I think to a certain degree, Sword is stronger than Crown, which is not true. It's not true. Crown is a lot stronger, but Crown will never be equated because Crown I put more time in it. But give me a year and a half with this, I'm done. All of the attack upgrade. Give me a year and a half with this. I don't know if I'm able to. I don't know if I'm able to, right? And we didn't touch perk a lot. So if when we gotta touch perks, it'll be just crazy. The problem is the shield. Also, the beginning of the end was Black Hole for shield. So Black Hole for shield, what happened was it had a lot more coins. For example, right now I'm watching, right? Coin wise, shield is at 50 billion. Sword is at 5 billion, you know? So a lot of the things that I'm going to be able to buy are going to be senseless. However, the weird thing is, technically speaking, okay, it's complex. Sword and Shield both have Golden Tower. So it doesn't exist because they both have it. So Shield only has one thing for a coin, which is the Black Hole. And Sword has 2, which is Death Wave and Spotlights, right? So you would think that Sword would have more coin, but on its own, Black Hole is getting more coin than anything else, and it's kind of crazy. So it doesn't look good, but again, it doesn't look good because Shield is gonna be overpowering Sword, and it's not cool because Crown feels like a third playthrough, but it also feels like a first playthrough. Sword and Shield are always related; they're always together, right? And it does feel like Shield will be, if it's number 2, even possibly number 1. However, with a sword, I can enjoy a more simple gameplay. So maybe that's worth it somehow. Maybe that's also better. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh. Don't blink, it's your boy Yank. Welcome to our show. We're having a wonderful day on this 27 June 2025. We just had a breakthrough for content. What am I saying? To leave content. So I'm gonna show you. It's actually pretty cool. So it's more so on on Twitch, but what I can do is you see here, right? You see here, we're uploading. So what we're doing is highlights and length, and we got some. I have Fortnite. Oh, we have some Path of Exile. And I used to do like only Fortnite and then only Elden Ring and then only XYZ. Now on TikTok, there's not a way to make a bunch of videos the same name. On YouTube, you can leave a draft and you can change the name later on. On TikTok, you can't. Either you upload it or you don't. Now this is not true. There's a possibility to make draft, but they take so much space on your phones that you're like, fuck that, right? You're like, fuck that. And now what we're gonna do is, because we can name them, so what I'm gonna do, like for example, you see here, right? Or are we here? We're here. You see, if you look at it, it's all Fortnite, right? So what I could do is I can all name them Fortnite. So this is Elden Ring. I can just skip Elden Ring, go to page 2, do Fortnite, page 3, Fortnite, and then when I'm done, back to page 1, do Elden Ring. Then when I'm done with Elden Ring, I can check it out. That'd be better because right now we're kind of playing a lot of games. We're playing Silver Blood. We're playing Fortnite. We're playing Elden Ring, and we're playing Divefield Chronicle. We're playing The Tower. We're playing Mobile Gundam. We're playing Final Fantasy. Right? So yeah, so there's a lot of game. Playing Path of Exile too. So if you want to add something, you can add something. And that is pretty much it. So yeah. Hey, fuck with that. This is a cool way to do it. So if you were mass uploading, could be something cool for you. Don't Link is your boy. Welcome to our show. Okay, so doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 27 June 2025. We have a busy day planned, so I'm excited, but also a very cool day planned, so I'm also excited. Today we're doing part 2, which is technically part 3 because part 1 and part 2 are almost 50 minutes each of why is making content so hard. I feel like I was really rough on making content. I feel like I was really I let the light open. I feel like I was really rough with making content. I feel like I was really rough with how the more connection there is, the better it is, because the more perception we have, the more opinion we have, the more people from different culture, the more we can learn, right? Everybody has their special skills, and the special skill can be learned. It can be talked about. So the more, and it's beneficial because the more people on the platform, the better platform is, the better content there is, and also I don't have it there ending, because the hardest thing, when I didn't mention yesterday on social media, is natural selection. See, when everybody wants to do the same job, and this is crazy because right now we're kind of looking for work. Yes, I said I had a job, which is true, but it's a temporary job. It's a temporary agency, so it's not a real job. You'll see this. To me, a real job is a job that you know you're gonna have for the next year, 2 years. Everything else is just, for example, when you have a kid who finishes school. A lot of people finish school lately. And they will say, oh, I have a summer job. Why do you feel the need to say summer in front of it? Why do you need to feel the need to specify that it's summer? Why just let them embrace it for what it is? Why not just say, hey, I have a job? Because you know it's summer job, right? And now, because there's so many people looking for work, there's something called natural selection. I have 20 CVs in front of me, 20 resume in front of me. I'm going to be choosing not only the best, but the one that is I have ample choice. If the best lied on his resume for the ship, I can have the second best, I can have the third best, right? If there's 30 people applying for the same job, and I only one, then that's 50 people. I have to upload some videos because right now we're so it's kind of crazy. A little bit behind the scene. I waited a couple of days because I was working and it was new, and I didn't upload. So now my 2 phones filled up. So we spent the first day having problem and uploading as much as we can. We played it the second day, which was yesterday, uploading. However, I have uploaded all I could upload. That's not true. We have a lot more to upload, but all the your priorities are upload. What's the priorities when it comes to content? Your priorities are the bigger videos. Like for example, yesterday we did this video, which is 1 hour 44, 1 hour 35. That was 12 gigs. It's not a lot, but this add up, right? So the fact that you're able to upload either a 6 gig videos or a 300 gigs video, a 300 megabytes video, you'll upload the 6 gig. It's just better. It's just easier. It's just simpler. And again, it's laziness also because a 6 gig video will take 40 minutes to upload, or 40 minutes actually. And all you have to do is just chill for 40 minutes. You can play a game, you can do something, and then like, okay, well, it's uploaded, and I can upload something else. So we really worked hard yesterday for that. It was behind the scene. It was a bit more boring. It was the show itself. You know, it is what it is. I don't think it's the most passionate thing, but it's kind of needed, and at the same time, it's gonna be part of the video also. But natural selection, to come back to what I was saying, is super important, because natural selection is gonna say, okay, well, this guy can make it and this guy doesn't make it, right? And with social media, it's sadly not how much you want it, because if it was about how much we wanted, we would all, or most of us, be doing content, right? Think about all of the people that tried to do social media but didn't manage. Think about all the people that wanted to play sport but didn't manage. Think about all the people that wanted to play music or arts that didn't manage, right? A natural selection. When there's a dozen bands sing the same type of song, you'll choose the 2 best one. The 10 other can suck a dick, right? Now the sad thing with that is technically no, because technically, oh my god, look at this. So this is beautiful, right? You know what else is beautiful? This crossing of the seas, 2 perfectly separated cloud, nuage, which is French. Wagwan. It's just nuts. It's just nuts. With people in the complexity of it, people with different tastes will say, well, these 2 bands are better than these 2 bands, right? And because of these 2 bands, they'll be able to survive, right? However, this is true but not true. Most people, when they listen to music, they want to relax. They don't really care. Why do you listen to radio so much? They don't really care about what you're listening to. You just want to listen to something. You don't really care what song you're listening to. You just want to listen to something. You're right. So it's quite contradictory, but at the same time, it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense because this is natural selection. And if you don't, I'm always worried because I switched the, yeah, there you go, perfect. I switched the place where we're putting the recorder so I can see it more, but I'm looking at the wrong place every single time. But then it's technically not true because a radio station, which is biased, which is non-biased in your life, doesn't care what type of music you like. They'll put music. If they put a certain song more and more and more and more, it means that they don't put another song more and more. Because they don't put another song, then you're kind of force-fed. And this is also cool. You're force-fed content. You're force-fed a certain type of music. Being force-fed content is insane. So basically what you're doing is, how can you force-fed... I know what you're saying. Ink, how can I be force-fed content? Well, you are force-fed content. See, you want to watch the same video that's everybody else. You see something that's super trending, you're going to watch it. Because everybody else watches it. What is it fuss about? Why is this video so popular? You're going to watch it, right? You're going to watch it. You're more likely to watch a video with 100,000 views than with a video that with 100 views. Does it mean that the 100,000 views video is better? Not necessarily. Oh, that's not perception. And that's where it's kind of crazy. You're force-fed what the mats are eating. What's for lunch today? The same thing as everybody else. Oh, okay. Imagine that. Imagine this. And this is so important. You ask a question. What's for lunch today? And your answer is same thing as everybody else. You still don't know what you're eating, but you're accepting of it because if everybody else is having it, it must be good. If everybody else is having it, it can't be bad. If everybody else is having it, I'm gonna like it too, right? I should be liking it, right? I want to be like everybody else. Even if I don't like it, and everybody else is liking it, I'll be like, you know what? It wasn't that bad. I'll feel the need to fit in, which is also crazy. Natural selection. This is also nuts because there is such an ecosystem, which is dog eat dog. Let's say let's say there's a couple. I love that. I actually like that. There's a couple that makes content, right? And they make similar content, and they're a family channel, right? They have the same kids, they have the same house, they have the same game, they have the same lawn, they have the same pool. So the content that they're gonna make are similar. Why? Because every single exterior tool is the same. I mean, I'm so fucking cold. I'll put on a jacket and I'll be back. Even right now, the temperature is kind of crazy because I'm like, holy shit. Holy shit. Yesterday I was sweating. Well, 2 days ago I was sweating bullets. Why are they cold right now? And then with the couple, it's what it is. If they always have the same thing, then you're gonna be choosing the person that you prefer. So, for example, I'm watching this couple, which is the Iger family and the Getter family, and they have this kid called Charlie. The cat this kid called AJ, right? And the mom, she's super sweet, and the dude, the dad is funny. I relate more to that because I'm a funny guy. So I watch more of his stuff. But when she does content, it's also really good. Why did I choose him? Right? Because he's a father. I might be a father one day, possibly. But then you choose who you want to watch, right? And then this is even crazier. This is insanity for content. you'll watch someone talk about sports, and you watch someone with whom you tend to agree a lot, right? You tend to agree a lot. But then listening to somebody that you agree a lot becomes an echo chamber. You're both bouncing off the same ideas. So you're not evolving. You're protaining this brain rot of constant belief. Whatever I say is right and whatever I think about is right because this one guy agree with me. You know what's crazier? What if it was the other way around? What if it was from watching and listening to this person talk about a sport, talk about players, you start to echoing him. You start to talk about the thing he talked about, and you start to agree with everything that he said. And your opinion isn't your own. Your opinion is his. And you know the crazy thing about your own opinion? You'll never disagree with yourself. So if your opinion is the same as his, then chances are whatever he says you'll agree with. Chances are you'll watch somebody that you always agree with. Why would I watch someone I don't agree with? Right? This is kind of nuts. This is kind of unbelievable. This is so fucking hard, you know? And at the same time, it's like for example, we'll go into content, we'll dwell deep. I'm not gonna do a 12 hours video, I'm gonna do a big videos. Like about a guy yesterday, right? And the guy was watching TikTok live, right? And it's nuts because content is almost a science already. I was talking about, I'll repeat the story because I don't know if I talked about it. I was watching a big battle yesterday, which was great. I was watching the same content creator 2 days ago. So those content creator were two garbage people. One of them is called Max, right? Let's call him Max for privacy set purposes. I'll call him Max. And Max used to have this huge channel which had 20,000 followers, and people that would come to his live, they would come to his life, and then his account got banned because he showed a person tits on live. When you talk about an asshole, talk about an asshole, right? Now the worst thing is, this is very disgusting. He showed his best friend ex. So why is that disgusting? Well, it's not really disgusting until you learn that this guy, the ex, produced some revenge porn, and that the other guy was promoting a picture of revenge porn. So therefore, partaking in a very toxic behavior, right? Now, he lost that confidence, and then he used to have 20,000. Now he has 4,000. And he's stuck at 4,000. He is really stuck at 4,000, right? And then there's another guy that also is garbage, but I like it a little bit more. Now what you're saying, Ink, what do you like him a little bit more? Because the guy is a garbage person, but he's honest about it. He's funny about it. He says, I know I'm garbage. I know I'm an asshole. That's okay. You're watching me because I'm an asshole. You're watching me because I make you laugh. Why are you watching me? Because I'm myself. If you didn't want to watch me, you'd watch somebody else. So yesterday, at 8 o'clock, which is the time I'm filming, there's a big battle. And I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do, right? And then the big battle, they're going on, and they're like, well, it didn't happen. And the guy's complaining about, oh, I'm not making a score. This guy made 50,000 points. 8,000 points is $7 for the content creator. So in the space of 5 minutes, the guy made $350. Wasn't enough. Now, you didn't know this, and it's okay. I did a video yesterday called Let's Talk TikTok. And TikTok is one of the worst platforms to grow on. One of the easiest to grow on, but also one of the hardest to grow on. Why? Because TikTok will not pay for your bills. Will absolutely not pay for your bills. You'll have gift and then they'll pay for your bills, but no. So this guy was expecting a certain amount of money, and he didn't have the money, and he needed that money. He didn't make enough. He made a lot, but he didn't make enough, right? And then the other guy said, and this is something that blew my mind, because the guy that I wanted to watch to win won. He said, I don't understand what's going on. You said, well, you're rage quitting after every single day after 20 minutes. Like, you're always saying, oh, I didn't make enough, and because you lose, you just leave. That's your problem. Wonder why. And then the guy that I don't like, he was like, well, guess what? If you were there every single day this week, I would have enough time 5 to beat you. But you need time 5, which is kind of like his tool. But if you can use it, if you don't have to use a tool, then you don't have to use a tool. I was supposed to have a job, right? And this has nothing to do with it, but it's the same thing. As I was supposed to have this job, and then you saw me make I talked about it a lot. The company I didn't want to work. Well, I didn't get hired. The guy who got hired instead was the guy that used to work with me. So I talked to my father about it yesterday. It's like, what does this guy have more than you? And again, this is up to content. Why are people watching this video more than me? Well, this guy had more experience, and his job was to dip pieces of metal in a acid bath, to an acid bath to clean it. Then we can put the painting on it, and there's no impurities. And at the job it's a bath of zinc, but it's the same thing. My heart was like, oh yeah, I understand. And yeah, so this is insane because this is not planned. When I'm making a video, it's not planned. Also, my father sends me a application for yesterday. Yesterday, he sent me an application. He was looking for work, for workers. And I go on the website, and I'm like, Dad, what are they talking about? They're looking for an electrician, and they're looking for a manager. I'm not an electrician, and I never had manager. They're not gonna give me, hey, I like you, let's make you a manager. No, you need experience as a manager. You need experience as a salesman to be a salesman, and you need experience as a manager to be a manager. As simple as that, you know? And it was so. This is what happened with content. We talk about the same subject. We talk about the same subject. This guy is more versed. I've been watching. Okay, so that's not me. Me and Janice, my best friend, we've been talking a lot about Yu-Gi-Oh. And for some reason, I'm getting some edits of Yu-Gi-Oh. And I realized how much I miss the game. So when I was younger, I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh a lot. And then the game got changed, and then I gave up on it because it was so different. But then people didn't give up. So there's this guy, Team Samurai X, who's been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for 20 something years. The guy's 30 years old. You know, he knows everything that there is to need to know about Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, it's kind of crazy, right? Today we made our first. We subscribed to a plan for the GoPro that was $130 to use the same amount of utility as we did last year. I don't have that $123. I have it, but it's not in my plan. And now I'm almost gonna be in the red next month. I'm having enough to pay for next month, but I'm back at it. I'm back at square one, which I need money. You know, and it's nuts. It's nuts. We come back to content. It's supposed to pay for the bills. There's this new trend that is kind of cool. Is these content creator that says, hey, I get off my job and this is my goal, having 10,000 followers and becoming full-time. And then they say what really happened. So, ran out of money. I'm looking for a work. Ran out of money. I'm fucked, you know? And it's nice because making content is also about time. The amount of content I do right now is better than the content I did 4 years ago, admittedly. But at the same time, if you prefer the content 4 years ago, the change wasn't positive, you know? You just get experience, and you just get experience, and you just get experience. But at the same time, it's complex because you're not really moving forward, right? If you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. For example, a person that films his job, right? And the person has been doing the same job for 20 years. He's not going to learn new tricks. He's going to do the same thing, and every single day he's going to be doing the same thing, right? So you're not really learning, and your content isn't really progressing. The simple reason why my content has progressed, the level amount it did, but it still progressed, is because my content is per my life, my opinion. My opinion is more complete, more research than it was. So in that regard, my content is better because I'm a better person. I'm a more understanding person, and I have more experiences, you know. So that changes completely everything, which is kind of cool, isn't it? But yeah, it's when you think about it, it's nuts. Now the clouds are amazing. The clouds are beautiful. It's supposed to be. Oh shit! It wasn't supposed to be nice today. I don't know what's going on. And again, little side notes, but it sucks because when it's raining, I'm planning for the rain. So when it's not raining, I'm kind of fucked because I didn't plan for it. You know, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. But at the same time, that's life. This is life. And you should be happy about what's going on. You should be happy about. I don't know. It's so complex. It's so complex. You're seeing a bunch of people like have. I have to enter this. I have to answer this. It's Anna Banana. There you go. Perfect. You see so many people watch content. For example, I just watched this guy on TikTok. I don't really like his content, but I understand why people like it. His whole rise to fame was his wife, she's from France, and he's from Quebec. It's both French-speaking nations, but it's a very different French. It's very different French. So yeah. So there's a charm in there, and there's always this relationship. Like we used to watch girlfriend versus boyfriend pranks, right? We watched that. I'm fucked. I grew up watching content like fucking AGB. Why I like AGB? Because he was a crazy old man. He was aggressive. He was an asshole. And I fucked with that. I grew up watching McJuggernuggets. Why? Because it was smart content. It was narratively speaking. I watched Nico Cado for years because it was the perfect white noise. I watched Kid Boga because I was bored at work and I needed something to watch. Now Kid Boga is perfect because you can just listen to it and just listen and you're good, you know? There's a purpose to what I watch. Right? There's a purpose. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Right? There's so many people out there. And there's around 60 minutes of content being uploaded in 1 minute. There's the choice. There's a lot of choices. Natural selection will tell you, well, I'm using this choice. And with content creation, it's kind of becoming a long-term thing. A lot of people ask me, why don't you care that you're not being more successful? Because if one day I'm successful, if one day people watch my videos, they're gonna see how much work I put in, and then because they watch a good video from me, hopefully, I have a couple of those on the channel. By the way, yesterday we reached 40,000 videos. We reached 30,000 something on the main channel, and 9,500 on the second channel. That's 40,000. And because they watch one of the videos, they're gonna watch another one. They're gonna watch another one, and then they're gonna watch another one, you know? And then when I get trolls, they're like, oh, well, you don't do much, you just yap and yap and yap. Nobody cares. Not because you don't care that nobody cares. See, it's a realm of possibilities. When it comes to content, it comes to multiple things. It comes to demographics, so who is your content for? It comes to your age range. The people that watch my videos, I'm extremely lucky. The people that watch my videos are from 18 to 35. I am 32. So they're the same age as me. Where they're from. Where they're from is going to be important because of culture. For example, a culture that's more prone to party and family. And okay, so for example, right, we'll take Italy, because I've been watching Jersey Shore. That's the only reason. They're very set on their tradition, on families, on cooking, on simple but good life, you know? So someone that would talk about that would be perfect. Would be perfect. I was watching this Russian content creator, and he's super popular. What he does is he's super strong. Like he works out a lot. You can see, I wouldn't say he's a bodybuilder, but he's at least every single day in the gym. His content is just going around and being nice to people. So, for example, there's a janitor in the park where he works at. Where he works, for fuck's sake, ink. Oh shit! Did I break it? No. Oh shit! You're a dumbass. I don't know why I just didn't put it inside yesterday. There's a janitor and his training ground, and because this chair, I put it up, and when I put it back down, it hit this. I was a bit broken, and he's just being nice to people. But you see, for Russia, he represents kindness, which is the kindness of Mother Russia, and he represents strength, which is respected in Russia, right? So he represented values of his country, and that's why his demographic is mostly people that have the same values as him, right? You'll see somebody that's talking about a person like Sam Sulek. I love Sam Sulek. Sam Sulek is so interesting. However, there's a huge difference. I told you guys today I was watching Rich Piana. Rich Piana was he was swearing like a motherfucker. He was a bodybuilder, but he was swearing. Although Rich Piana, what he would do vlogs. So he would talk about his day, talk about his day, and talk about his day, and talk about his day. Versus person like Sam, who was just doing content for working out. Now, if you want to work out, you're gonna be watching that. Yes, the car talk. People like the car talk. So what he'll do is he'll do kind of like a little stroll. So he'll go in and he'll be like, okay, well, let's talk about this, and he'll talk about something for the car talk, and then he'll go work out. But the principality of his content is a car talk because he's talking to you, right? This is the one-on-one, right? And at the same time, this is crazy because he, in an interview, he admitted going to a gym. He said there's a gym closer to my house, but I prefer the gym next a bit further because I get more car talk with you guys. That was super nice, you know? It all depends on the trends. Content, why is it hard? Well, because you have to follow trends. Everybody's doing the same videos because it's a trend. You're gonna see everybody doing the same thing. Like the thing with Ashton Hall, the morning routine. Everybody did it. You know who did it was really cool? Warcraft. Warcraft fucking did it. World of Warcraft did it, and it was super nice. Super cool, super smart. Or editor of anime, right? Lately we had season 2 of Solo Leveling. Everybody was doing his edits of Solo Leveling. Right? Now the problem with how content is hard is content is supposed to be creative. It's supposed to be creating art and creating videos and creating shit like that, right? But then if you're chasing numbers, then you're chasing a trend. If you're not being creative. So technically speaking, let's say this trend is drama, right? So you're gonna have to talk about drama. You gotta have your own perception, but you're gonna talk about the same drama as everybody else. Now there's this guy who has good opinion, and there's this guy that has all the details. For example, I was watching Content Nuke, Ethan Piker from Ashman Gold. It was reacting to 18th Line. And yeah, I watched a 4-hour thing. It was a long last watch, but I was enjoying it. Now, at the same time, if I'm being completely honest, would I watch that 4 hours if I wasn't working? Would I watch that 4 hours if I was doing something else in the background? No. But then again, because I'm busy, this affects the content I'm watching. My mom works a lot. So whenever I tell her, hey ma, look at this, she's like, I don't have time. So for her demographics would be cool and simple and short video. Because she doesn't have time, right? I'm the opposite. I like to take my time. I like to I don't know, to do things in the background, but do things at my own pace, you know? So I have seemingly more time. Do I work more than her? I don't think so. Do I work as much as her? I don't think so. Do I work hard? Yes. So we're still working. Like for example, right now, I could just be doing this. I would be okay. I don't need to be doing clips. I don't need to be doing anything else. However, if I want to have a busy day, if I want to have a productive day, then I need to do it because it's just the good thing to do, and it's just the good thing to do. Not because I want to, but because I have to. See, it's all part of a grand plan, a grand scheme of things. The grand scheme of thing is what? The grand scheme of thing is, well, the more content I put out, the more chances that I have that some video will be good. I was talking to someone about, she was talking about quality versus quantity. And I'm like, normally you're right. It should always be about quantity versus quality. I know it should always be about quality over quantity. When you look at life, this is one of the rules of life also. I'm going to the market, I'm over buying, I'm over consuming, right? And because I'm over consuming, I'm buying things that I don't need versus I'm buying things that I need, but they're very good quality with the same amount of money. And you're right, but the content creation is hard because let's say instead of doing 10 videos, you do one video, right? And that video is super good, and you worked really hard for that video. However, the topic that you talk about, nobody cares about. Nobody cares about it, you know? Nobody cares about it. My apologies. I was watching this channel, and it wasn't my recommended. It's crazy. I can't say that. I was watching Howard Stern, and I fell asleep. And I woke up to this guy talking about spoon, antiquity spoon, and he had an hour and a half video about the evolution of spoon over the last 4 centuries. And I was like, what the fuck am I watching? But then I felt bad because this is his passion. So I'm like, okay, well, let's give homie a try, right? It was interesting. I would have never Googled difference of spoon, and if I saw the title and the thumbnails, I would have skipped it. It was really enjoyable. You know? With content also, it's tougher because you have this creativity. So, in my case, I'm very creative. I have ideas, constant ideas. I am an hard worker. We slept in a little bit today, so it feels good. We didn't sleep in. Well, we slept in because we went to bed earlier. So instead of sleeping in later, I slept in because you understand what I mean, right? The amount of time that I slept is good. Yeah, so I worked hard, and this is my pros, right? But you take somebody that's good with program, you take somebody that's good with analytics, is gonna take out the analytics and identify his plus and what he needs to do. He will. This video, people stop listening at this time. What was I doing at this time? People, this video, it needs a description. Imagine 40,000 description for my videos. 40,000 description. Then you gotta find a hashtag. Oh, I gotta find this hashtag. Oh man, what's the perfect hashtag here? And you can reuse the hashtag, but at the same time, who does that? You know? And then, does it really matter? Because who reads the description? I know, maybe people do. Maybe people do. You know what's insane? You know what's insane? It's a cesspool. When I'm watching, for example, YouTube, and when I'm really watching YouTube, which means I'm actually looking at the screen. Do you know what I do? And I think a lot of people do that. I'm watching the videos, I'm listening to the videos, but at the same time I'm reading comments. And I'm reading the comments. And this is where I'm interested in. Because I'm reading the comments and I'm watching the video. I'm seeing the perception and the live reaction of other people as I react to this myself. Do you know what's crazy? Big channel. Get comments, right? You think that small channel get comments? No. So somebody like me who likes to read comments as I watch a video wouldn't find comments on the video. We'll be like, well, I don't have anything to read, right? My content, because it's more talkative, you're supposed to be doing something else in the background. You know, this is tough. I mean, one of the people that's been the most supportive in my life with content was Janice. Fucking love that guy. And Janice says, I was watching you and I'm doing something else in the background. Playing a game, whatever. Right? Yeah, he's a good dude. Yeah. And it's not because this is how you're supposed to watch the content, right? If I was doing a trip, if I was doing some, with my case, see, I think the fuck is complex. I think the best thing to do is to focus on one subject. For example, your old channel is about racing, F1 or racing cars, right? You're like, okay, well, this is very cool content. However, there's a couple of problems with that. How many other channel of just racing there is? A lot. You have to compete with them, right? With my channel, it's a bit of everything, and nobody else does what I do. Well, a lot of people do what I do, but not the way I do it, or not with the same opinion. But again, I'm going back to the spoon story. Does it really matter? No, because if you don't give it a chance, you don't give it a chance, right? First impression is everything. And I always had a problem with that. I always had a problem with, fuck first impression. If you're gonna judge me on the first impression, you're bad. You're a bad person. You're not worth getting a second intention, a second opinion, or a second impression, right? Which is true. It's true. You judge me after one look at me. It's your fault. However, it works the other way around. Well, this person had a very negative first impression of me, and because they had a first impression that was negative of me, they didn't want to give me a second chance, right? So because they stood at the first opinion, they didn't make the effort to get to know me. Is that a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. I think it's a flawed behavior. I think it's wrong. But how many times did I do something where I thought somebody that was an asshole? And because he was an asshole, they give him a second chance. You know, I watched a video, and it was a YouTube short, or maybe a TikTok short. I don't know. Well, technically, TikTok are always short. And I was talking about celebrities. I'm gonna blow my nose out. I'll be right back. So yeah, like I was saying, it's kind of hard. I watched a video with the celebrities and talking about celebrities, right? And talking about Bruce Willis, which celebrity is nice, which celebrity is an asshole. And based on that 30-second videos, I saw actors and I was like, my whole opinion of them changed. Oh my god, he's an asshole? I didn't know that. Is it factual? Is it based on something? Why did they say that? They didn't give you reason. They didn't give you proof. My first impression changed. And then the second impression was the worst. You could be friends with someone for years. You'll have a fight and then, no more friends. You know? It's tougher. It's not tougher. But at the same time, it's a natural selection of things. And if it's a natural selection of things, then it's okay. Right? We mistake it's okay with commonly. Okay, we mistake it's okay with socially acceptable. Somebody cheated on his wife. Well, a lot of people cheat, so it's socially acceptable. You know? It's tougher because the mentality of what's going on in the world, right? Trump just lands some missile in Iran. I think right. I'm not sure. He wasn't allowed to do that, but because people didn't like Trump's. For example, if Obama did that, people would have been more forgiven because it's Trump, and people don't like Trump. Like, oh, fuck Trump's. Still, bro. I understand that you don't like the guy, but what's the worst thing here? The guy or the missiles? The missiles, of course. all a question of perception. It's all a question of viewing things and the way it works, and just life in general. It's interesting. It's really interesting. And with content, there's so many content, but at the same time, it's a legacy, right? A legacy. I'll take basketball, right? People still talk about Michael Jordan being one of the GOATs. Michael Jordan hasn't played in how many years? People still talk about how Kobe is a GOAT. Kobe is passed away. Rest in peace, King. People still talk about LeBron James. I don't even know if LeBron James still plays. You know? And then you'll see other people, you'll see new people, new players, like, there's, LeBron James. Yeah, I know LeBron James, no shit, the game changed. The game changed. I'm Canadian, so I like hockey. Racism, but okay. One of the greatest in hockey, without any question, is Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky was the GOAT of hockey. Now, I'm gonna get a lot of people mad, but the reason why Wayne Gretzky has so many record is because rules were different back then. You could do things back then you cannot do today. So how can you reproduce the same action if it's not allowed, right? It's kind of crazy when you think about it. And then you realize that with the passing of time, so many athletes, you don't care, you don't remember, right? When it comes to soccer, talk about soccer is probably one of the most popular sports in the world. I don't even watch soccer, and I know names. I know Mbappe, I know Neymar, I know Cristiano, I know Messi, I know Zlatan, Haaland. That's all I know. It's crazy. UFC for some reason have a lot more dedicated fan. People still remember. People still worship Andre Silva, even though Andre Silva hasn't been on the court for years. People still say that John Jones is the greatest, the GOAT. John Jones hasn't he's fought, but John Jones is completely different, right? And then what's gonna be even crazy with content is, and this is absolutely insane. There's three things that are super insane. The first one is this is gonna be studied in school. So we'll take celebrities and we'll study them, right? We'll completely study them. The second thing is there's now a second generation of content creator. When YouTube started, and this is why I like Make Juggernuggets, and listen to this. This is why I like Make Juggernuggets Psycho Series a lot. Because when the Psycho Series started, YouTube was one thing. As this Psycho Series evolved, YouTube evolved. The job evolved. The job got defined. It was this vast field. Now it's not a field, it's a farm. It was a lot of vegetable. Well, you know what? We're making more money with that vegetable. We're gonna grow this vegetable. Making a science, right? So the second generation, with the first generation, they're figuring out how it works. There wasn't a good system. There was no system in place. I was talking with Janice lately about programs and how we should use them. Like Photoshop and shit like that. The YouTube system has really improved. It really, really, really improved, I saw this guy complain about, the copyright system is fucked. Yeah, because he got caught. You're just salty about it, It's crazy. And then, there's the third thing. Now the third thing is the craziest of them all. I'll take one example. And my example is possibly the best example. PewDiePie. And I have a lot of respect for PewDiePie. I didn't like his content back then. But he evolved. At first, PewDiePie was strictly gaming. Then he started doing some reaction content. And now he's doing some dad vlog, family vlogs. Right? He had three of the most successful transition into different content ever. So, the problem also, and I'm going to talk about this after, but the problem also is burnout and fatigue. He never had that because he constantly changed. So PewDiePie came in and was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to be doing this XYZ. XYZ, X was popular, Y was popular, Z is more fun. And I'm seeing the edits of people, oh my god, I have a Lamborghini, oh my god, I have this fucking mansion. And then they show PewDiePie who has a kid and a loving wife. and they ask who's the real winner here. Mic drop. It's insane. It's insane. Now, I talked about fatigued and concentration. I'm gonna take an example. I talked about this before though. I'm gonna take somebody like Markiplier. I'm gonna take somebody like Jacksepticeye. I'm gonna take somebody like Nico Avocado. Absolutely. I'm gonna take somebody like Kid Behind the Camera. Okay. Those are all things that I watched. I'm gonna take McJuggernuggets, right? McJuggernuggets worked super hard, like non-stop, for 4 years. He retired. He had enough money. You want to make content? Yes. He doesn't need to. So it's different. It's a want versus a need. I need for this video to succeed. I need for this video to succeed because I need the money. Right? Nico Avocado. Oh, I'm so sorry. I need this video to work because I need money. Because I want this video to succeed because I'm an artist. Nico Avocado. Eating mukbang. Nico Avocado was a crazy motherfucker. Why? Because he was filming 2 mukbangs of over 3,000, 4,000 calories. This is really hard on the body. He knew that if he kept going like that, he's gonna kill himself. So he stopped. Kid Behind the Camera. Kid Behind the Camera, his rise to fame was his father, HGP. HGP died. You know? Channel died after. Jacksepticeye. Jacksepticeye and Markiplier are the same thing. They started with making gaming content and they stayed with gaming content, which is a problem. One of the 2 most popular streamer out there, old school streamer, is possibly Charlie, Penguin Zio, and Asmongold. They're both in their content. They're playing games, also reacting. It's a very healthy balance. What I'm trying to say is you're gonna burn out. Right? You're gonna burn out. And the problem with burning out is that a lot of people will say, oh, well, stop working. Take a break, right? Take a vacation. And it doesn't solve shit. Because the burnout is not necessarily the amount of work you put in. The burnout is directly affected by the fact that I'm gonna go back from again. Forget yesterday. beautiful weather. Holy shit. Beautiful weather. Holy shit. Damage my brain. Help me, help me. Is bread? I love bread. Okay. So, when you talk about a burnout or fatigue, I'm making the same type of content for 10, 20 years. It's not possible. You know, so what if things change? One of the most popular channel back then was playing versus boyfriend versus girlfriend. They broke up. We got a Casey Neistat. He started making videos on YouTube. Because it's starting to recognize, and then he's writing books, he's writing movies. And screenplays. People like, you changed. No, I evolved. No. Am I saying that screenplays are better than content creation? No. You gotta set yourself an end goal. Now, one of the hardest thing in content creation is setting yourself a goal. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. It's not reliant on you. It's reliant on other people. Watch your videos. To enjoy the videos. Partake in the content. Engage in the content. Push your channel in the algorithm. All of that is super simple, but 30 minutes, okay, that's good. What, how many percent? 30%, and here is 33%. Okay, we're good. This one will die first, but it's okay. Why is it okay? Because we filmed a super nice nature corn this morning. It's all about that. You gotta put yourself in the end goal, and then when the end goal doesn't work, you know? And also, what is the craziest thing is, like, for example, you work a 9 to 5, right? And you have this job and you really like it, and you're 32 years old. You know you're gonna be retired at 65 years old. Which means that you would work for 33 years, right? Now, here's the complicated part. Here's the complex part. How can I envision, how can I predict, how can I see the next 30 years? You can't. With content creation, you're supposed to be watching it, right? Think about how people retired yesterday. How many people that retired had a perfect legacy? Matt Pat, Gaming Theory. I don't know. We'll end the video here. We'll do part 2. Because again, we'll make another fucking long ass video. Oh, this is gonna be the longest video that I've ever done. Okay, this is part number 3. Don't blink. It's your boy Ink. Welcome to Come to our show. We're doing well with having a wonderful day on this 27th June 2025. Welcome to part 4 of our biggest video yet. With a total of almost 4 hours of why making content is hard. Now, again, it's no. You would guess it that the longest video that we ever done is video complaining, right? We're talking about longevity. Longevity. See, I was talking about this guy who had a 9 to 5, right? And he's gonna be working there for the next 30 years. And his boss, without telling him, says that, well, you know what? You kinda have to. Why do I have TikTok video download? Okay, I have a video for TikTok. The video clips. What the heck? I don't understand why. Oh, it's Mad Jam, okay. I understand what I did. Maybe I need some rehab, or maybe just need some sleep. I got a sick obsession. I'm seeing it in my dream. What you got, boy, is hard to find. I think about it all the time. I'm so strung out now. Heart is fine. I just can't get you out of my mind. Because your love, your love, your love is my drug. Your love, your love, your love. I said, your love, your love, your love is my drug. Your love, your love, your love. I don't care what people say. The rush is price, the words I pray. I get so high when you're with me. But that's the pride. It's such a good song. I'm so sorry about that. With longevity, you can't really plan the next 30 years, right? You gotta plan the next 30 years with content. And also, once you reach your peak, you have to set your peak, right? A lot of people are falling off, right? Oh, fuck, I didn't talk about the story. And part 3, we talk about the guy, right? And this is perfect because this is a reminding me of something, but it's something that we didn't talk about. And this is perfect right now. So this guy has 20,000 followers, right? And he lost a big battle yesterday. And the other guy was like, yo, because you quit, you quit, you quit. And then this guy is a celebrity because he has a lot of followers on TikTok. However, I told you yesterday, he was like, where did everybody go? Why did somebody come into my life? Well, you just talked for 2 minutes about wanting to see tits. Talk about this in part 2. You should watch it. Or not, I don't give a fuck. This guy has lost his account. And then he's like at 4,000 and nobody cares. And he's gonna do videos that nobody's gonna watch. You're gonna see. Right? That is fall from grace. Who else did that? Boogie. There's no one that I dislike more on the platform than Boogie. I despise the person. Because they lie, they manipulate people. Because they don't care about people, they care about themselves, you know. They're truly a horrible human being that was giving a perfect life by a community. So the community gives you the perfect life. Like, hey, you're gonna have a beautiful wife. Will allow you to have your passion. Just talk to us. Just make a couple of videos once a week or twice a week. And yeah, he lost it all. He's still making content. He's still being successful, but ain't dating, right? So imagine if you're falling off and you have those all. And you were making that amount of, you were making enough to survive, right? Now you're not able to. What do? Right? Cannot predict. Might have a scandal. Like, technically speaking, the best way to avoid a scandal is not to have scandal. But there's things that is super important. So, for example, we're watching Jersey Shore. I don't know why I say we. I am watching Jersey Shore. I used to watch it. Now I'm watching it again. I don't know why. I just crave the Guidos and the Guidettes and the. I think that's pretty much what we're getting, right? With that, it was kind of cool because. Sorry about the noise. It was kind of cool because I watched those people evolve, and now we had Ron. Ron, I think it's smart. I don't know his family name. And Ron has been in a lot of trouble, drug problem, domestic abuse relationship. It's been really bad. It's been really, really, really bad. But then lately, you learn that his wife was beating him, and you're supposed to feel bad for a guy who's not a great guy. But then again, this guy went through a lot. You see the abuse, you see what happened, but you don't really see what went beyond. Now imagine a scandal, right, is you hitting someone. But you weren't really hitting someone, you were defending yourself. Now, should you fight? No. Could he have avoided? Absolutely. He's the first act of violence, I'm fucking out of here. Screw you guys, I'm going home. But he didn't. He didn't. He didn't. And that's his fault. It's in a toxic relationship. Right? Or for example, this happened to me. I was having a lot of people on my Twitch, and then they started leaving. Mostly the girls started leaving. I was like, okay, well, you know, maybe my content is a bit too boy-like. Oh, I'm gonna text. Voici image. Facebook qui va avoir des nouvelles séries de Yellowstone. Ça va être en 2016, j'envoie la photo par. Ça va être sur CBS. Oh, voici image. Vous savez, j'ai pris une sur Facebook qu'il va y avoir une nouvelle série. Oh shit. Wow. Série ou saison. Saison. It's the show that me and my father watch. Shit, 11%. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take another break. I don't care what people say. Russia's right, look right at me. You love. We might be singing some Kesha the whole day. You guys mind? No? I'm happy to hear that. Okay. So the big deal. 9%, you see? When it starts to go down, it's really going down. And I'm sad to say, but your guests, what? Oh, Siri ou c'est là? Ça va être pas. Anyway. And then they text me though. So yeah, so I hope I'm gonna hear it when it's closing. Are you charging or not? Not your. Well, I don't know yet. We'll see. Now that I get to finish this video, besides on here, I'm at 26%. I have about 40 minutes left. Well, not 40, but 30 possibly. That's okay. So yeah, so with Kendall, you can lose your whole career, right? And then like, fuck, what am I supposed to do, right? Oh no, I'm sorry. And I'm on Twitch, and I'm hearing, and I had one girl come to me. She said, we need to talk, and she texts me. It's like 3 a.m. and I'm like, she was like, I need to talk to you. Then she tells me one of my friend, one of the person there, was being so sexual toward her. It was like, oh, you're beautiful. You didn't even see her. I have an OnlyFans for you. It's free. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You know, and I didn't know that was going on. Now, was it my fault? No. Was it my fault because I didn't pay attention to what was going on? Yes. Was I wrong? No. Should I have done better? Yes. You know? Because of this guy, now we're wrong. And then I blocked him because I was like, dude, you're not gonna do that on my fucking stream. I want to protect people. And then he gave me shit like, oh, I never did anything to you. I never did anything to you, so you know you did something wrong, but not to me, right? So, and then let the past be the past. Let the past be the past. Same time, it's kind of crazy, right? It's kind of crazy that you cannot plan on social media is hard for that. You cannot plan, right? And then there's the whole price of social media. The price I pay, I get so high when you're with me. It's really rough. It's really rough because how can I say this? Until you do content, you don't really understand what it is. People are successful, like somebody like Speed, somebody like Kai, somebody like Aiden, somebody like Evan Gold. They spend complete days making content. You don't know what it is. You don't know what it's like. It is a sacrifices. You don't have it clear. You're your own boss. So if you work enough, there's no working enough. You don't have boundaries. You have to be obsessed. People won't understand that. And people will tell you, why don't you have a 9 to 5? Because my passion is in that. You know? It's really rough. Pushing people away because they don't understand. It is extremely, extremely isolating. There's been, and again, I'm not the biggest channel, so I'm not bragging, but there's been a couple people, if I'm being completely honest, that have been using me in the past. Right now, there's a couple people right now that are using me, that I know of, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Because they want the clout, right? So are friendships real, or they're fake? You know? That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. Because this is the hard part. And then you became famous, you know? It's insane. It's insane because it's still a life choice. The hardest thing about making content, the hardest thing ever, there's no limitation. When you're working in a company, oh shit, good night. As long as the sun is out, shit, 4 hours and 9. It's gonna be very hot for the phone, so I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna finish this video though. Cause yeah, it's gonna get warm, and it's gonna get warm anyway. I'm at 20%, and we made an hour and a half of the tower show. That's pretty good. There's no limitation. You work at home. You work at. Everything becomes content, right? And people say, "Why? Oh, not everything is content." Yes, it is. Because you're living something good. Like, oh, I wish I shared. It was a good video. It was a good content. You become aware of how vague and how wide what its content is. You want to do more content, right? And it's nuts. It's really nuts. It's really nuts. Because you're working from home. You're working from everything, everywhere you go. And making content is hard. I was talking about this yesterday. I didn't finish. You have to be on social media. You have to answer comments. You have to promote your shit always. It's a constant struggle. It's a constant, you know, that's the hardest part. And then it's less about content creation, but more about management, right? You're managing your shit. And it wasn't about that. It should be about that. So it's hard. That's hard. The 9 to 5, the greatest thing about 9 to 5 is you start at 9 and finish at 5. And then it's a limitation. But maybe being limited is good. Maybe boundaries are needed. I don't know. The amount of hours I put in last year was unhealthy. Do I regret it? No. You see, last year I did a burnout, okay? Because I worked too hard. And also, this is one of the hardest things in social media. You have to event. For example, right now there's a new season of Squid Game. There's a new game of Fortnite in the Squid Game. You have to cover that. You have to cover everything. You're constantly non-stop. There's a news that's going on in the world. You have to give your opinion. Even if you don't give a fuck, you have to give your opinion. Because if you don't give your opinion, other people are gonna get followers. People are gonna get something. It's a war. It's a war. So it's non-stop. Last year I had burnout. I was working too much. Am I glad I did? Yes. Yes. Would I do it again? I don't know. I don't know if I would do it again. I don't know. Maybe that's the right thing to do, or maybe it's the wrong thing to do. I don't fucking know. And as long as I don't know, I can't give you an answer. And as long as I can give you an answer, that's what's the point. 9 to 5, they'll give you, say, hey, when you do an overtime, we'll pay you more. There's no hourly pay. But this is also one of the biggest things. I was talking about Boogie before. Boogie was talking about his financial downfall. And he was saying that his financial downfall was because of a reason. And the reason itself is going to blow your mind. His videos, his viral videos, were still being put by the algorithm 13, 14 years after. Most of the money that he was making was from that time. Those videos. You can make videos. I'm getting comments on videos I made 6 months ago, 4 months ago, you know? And that's great. Also such a job. Making content is literally one of the best jobs, but it's literally putting blood, sweat, and tears. How many relationships did I end in friendship, relationship, family time that I didn't have because I was making content. Was this the right choice? Was the wrong choice? How many of my friends that were making content have given up? Now them giving up is their choice. Was it the right choice? Imagine, right? Imagine that everything is written down. There's something that's called fate, something called destiny, right? And everything is that happened is supposed to happen, right? Could be cool, right? However, it's not cool because it comes at a price. Imagine that everybody that abandoned was your sign to abandon yourself. Abandon making content, and you didn't follow that, right? A lot of people are saying you're wasting your time. You don't know the value of the hard work. You don't understand how much work it is. But then the content creation completely changed. There's a whole team behind it. There's a whole PR team. There's a whole editing team. It's a job to be a clipper right now. So you take clips from videos. They clip from videos that are good because they're promoting the content creator, but they're also making you money. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I'm telling you something right now. You could give kids a test on how to make a successful channel. What is a good social practice, social media practice? And another kid would get good notes or good grades. And you have to ask yourself, if that's what I want, well, it doesn't really matter what you want because that's the world we're living. You adapt or you get left behind. I made an old ass video talking shit about AI and how I was afraid of it, you know? I was afraid of it. I was insecure. There was a fear reaction to something. That didn't happen yet. People are making content about the World War III and making fun of it. It's not gonna be fun. You know? Life is scary. And then you realize what your parents had to go through. Your parents saw the world evolve, and some of them were left behind, some of them moved forward. Anyway, I'm gonna finish the video here. Pretty good video. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. And us, we're gonna go in. Cause this is your boy getting tired. I'm gonna do some blood. Just oh.